This is Ned Fulmer, a sociopath who's harassing minors. In my last video, I alleged that Ned was defrauding a multi-million-dollar company through viewbotting a sponsorship, as well as proving he was defending himself on an alt account by the name of @DJuniorD1. My video was seen by over 21,000 people, including Ned, who had one of the most childish responses that I've ever seen, including sending thousands of bots to harass and give me death threats, and making YouTube take down my video. This is the story of Ned Fulmer's fall from glory as a star student at Yale to how he's threatening and harassing minors. Just a little disclaimer, there are some heavy topics in the video. Keep that in mind when you watch it. Enjoy. To understand how Ned has gotten to this point, we need to discuss some background context. The first mistake Ned made was back in 2022, when he cheated on his wife with the employee of the YouTube channel he was on, called The Try Guys. He was removed shortly thereafter and went on a 3-year hiatus from the internet. A few months ago, he came back, and in my last videos, I proved 3 allegations which I put forward. The first was that he was botting his views and subscribers. The second was that he was defending himself on an alt account to seem more favorable with his audience, and the third was that he was defrauding a multi-million-dollar company through sponsorships. I still stand by all of these claims, as there's no reason not to believe it, as there hasn't been any disproving evidence. For the first allegation, I explained how irregular his engagement was relative to his views, especially during the times he should have gotten views, such as videos on him that have gotten millions of views. To prove the second allegation, I showed a bunch of comments against him, including claims professing his own innocence, as well as his response to those comments, which were completely staged. For the third allegation, I explained that using fake, inflated numbers tricked Ned's sponsors into sponsoring videos that got absolutely zero audience, and made no money for the company. This is fraud, as he's actively tricking these companies. These companies paid him thousands of dollars for these sponsorships and got negligible returns. The video ended with me contacting the company, who said they would take active action into fixing and resolving the situation. Then, just 5 days after the video was put out, Ned commented on the aforementioned account over 75 times, repeating the comment, "You're harassing an innocent person. Stop being toxic and leave Ned alone." A lot of my viewers were believing the theory that this was a bot, but I'll show some screenshots that completely disprove this a little later on. I thought this was the end of it, but unfortunately for him, he was not finished harassing my audience, as he would soon harass me. At around 3 p.m. of January 27th, 2026, Ned Fulmer botted over 1,500 comments across 3 separate videos of mine. These included his classic "you're harassing innocent person" catchphrase, to even threats against my life on my video about Ned Fulmer and 2 other videos that had absolutely nothing to do with him. For someone who graduated with a chemistry degree in Yale, how could you be so dumb to post on the internet, where you have global influence, threats to kill a child over a YouTube video? But the death threats were incredibly concerning. For those who don't know, I am a minor who is protected by Section 102, Subsection A, Protection 4 of the 119th Congress Child Protection Safety Act. I'm in Canada, so this doesn't fully apply to me, but breaching it would apply to Ned as he lives in the United States, specifically California. Now, Ned breached this by writing the custom comment when setting up the bots, meaning he has full knowledge of the act he is doing, which is not just unethical, but directly illegal, and could face serious repercussions, not just from YouTube, but from the law. Ned's either spent hundreds of dollars hiring a third party to make the bots for him, or he made them all manually himself. There's evidence for both, making them, in my opinion, equally likely, but both of which are incredibly incriminating, or he spent a lot of money for no reason. Considering how much he stalks my profile, I'm pretty sure beyond reasonable doubt that Ned is aware of my age, as it isn't especially private. Before I explain what he did next, I want to travel a few days ahead, to when he unintentionally admits that this account is owned by him. This happened just a few hours ago, and I wasn't originally going to include anything about this, as he didn't actually admit that DJuniorD1 was owned by him. But here's the thing. In this screenshot, Ned uses the first-person singular subject personal pronoun to refer to him, which makes it clear that Ned is referring to himself. Hey, you walked away. You were the clock that was ticking in my home. Changed my state of mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
Before moving to the third person like the rest of the comments. Now that it's clear that this account is actually owned by him, let's backtrack a bit, to around 5 p.m. of January 27th. Because of the excessive engagement botting on my channel, YouTube took down my most recent video. You know how I said earlier how the video on Ned is my most recent video? Well, that's actually not true. My actual most recent video is permanently removed from YouTube and has nothing to do with Ned. I was considering fully dropping the idea of making a part 2 until this happened, as this isn't just some dumb comments, this is actively harassing me and trying to disrupt my YouTube channel. It was clear this was intentional, as just a few hours later, he did this again on the video I made of him, making it clear that he wanted to take my video down. This is incredibly bad for him, because I have made money off of it, and it's classified as a business because of this. This means he's sabotaging my business with malicious intent, which is also completely illegal. This whole situation is kind of hilarious. And I understand that this is pushing a little bit, but in my opinion, this still takes things way too far. As you can see here, he just deleted all of the comments on my channel to avoid a self-imposed controversy, further confirming that he is entirely aware of what he did and how he is completely in the wrong here. Unfortunately for him, I'm not an idiot, and I've taken tons of screenshots and screen recordings ensuring I have more than enough proof to show Ned as the minor harassing scumbag he is, especially if law enforcement gets involved, as there are a variety of things he's doing that could get him arrested or sued. This includes all of the botted comments, indicating he didn't use a third-party service and instead did this all himself, further showing that he actively put death threats on my channel. I would really appreciate it if some of you screen record this video, as it is entirely possible Ned pulls some not-so-funny business and takes this video and my channel down. There's way more that I could talk about, and if you want to see some less important things, comment something that indicates it, and I could post it on a second channel. I strongly encourage all of you posting a video about this or a video similar to this to expand its reach, pressure the company to take active action against Ned, and make sure he gets exactly what's coming for him. Thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure to have the best day you've ever had in your life. Goodbye.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.